Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I join you in welcoming my good friend, Gianpiero Menza. Gianpiero Menza is working to help
Okay, you
this
can take your seat.
in terms of food security. It's very, very important for us to think about food security. And one of the things that the company that he works for, who he's actually been seconded by the government of Italy, is to come up with crops that are drought resistant. And with the weather patterns in this country, it is something that we fully welcome. In Narrow County, we have a challenge sometimes of drought, and a lot of our crops are damaged. So it's a good thing to have companies that are working on that, and countries that will be able to help this country achieve food security. So I welcome him, and I hope that you will join me in welcoming him. I thank you. I rise to make comments on this statement. Mr. Speaker, sir, I hold a different opinion or view in terms of licensing of these drone operators. When the Kenya government, or rather the civil aviation, published regulations, some of the things that I remember that they highlighted was that for you to be allowed to fly drones, you must have some knowledge, of aircraft. We live in a city where, or navigation, on how to navigate. We live in a city where we have planes crossing on a daily basis. I don't know whether we are thinking about the dangers that these drones can cause on aircraft which are flying in this country. Mr. Speaker, sir, in Masai Mara, we do not allow drones. And I know South Africa was actually one of the countries that, that banned drones in safari parks. So I think as we want to encourage creativity and encourage entrepreneurship skills, we have to be very careful on what we are doing. Drones can cause a lot of damage. I don't have a problem being informed, and I appreciate Senator Sakaja informing me. But all I'm saying is that we must be very careful because we're in a city. Let us not, let us not mix issues here. I have no problem with us regulating those drones. But as we proceed, we have to make sure that those people who operate those drones, do so following the regulations which have been set out by the Kenya Civil Aviation. One of the things that I agree with Senator Sakaja and the other senators who spoke on this issue is on the issue of prohibitive fees. Maybe that is the area we can be looking at. But in terms of safety, I would be very, very careful not to allow anyone who has no knowledge on how flight performs in this country to be able to operate a drone. So my view is this. Although I support the statement by Senator Sakaja, I would want us to be very careful. The reason why we don't allow drones in Masai Mara is because we have balloons flying, and someone could be sitting from a remote area and control a drone to be able to go. So I think the most important thing which we ought to do is to ensure that
information
if we
from Senator Kabaka wants to inform you. Do you want to be informed?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't wish to be informed. I wish to end there.